Stalkers frighten people, and when people are stalked, they generally try to get help. They get restraining orders, they call the police. There are numerous things people do if they believe they're being stalked, and Mr. Alexander continues to communicate, and in fact, the beginning of 2008 says, and starts the year by saying, I love you, Jodi.
And you say that he starts the year by saying, I love you, but we also have him saying, leave me alone in the first part of January 2008, don't we?
Prosecutor grilling Alice Laviolette on whether Jodi was a stalker or not. Criminal defense attorney Joey Jackson, with his fair share in the courtroom. Lots of court time. You're here from just watching this. Do you believe, from your expertise, do you think that Jodi was a stalker?
Stalker in the first degree.
Really?
Let me explain why, all right? First of all, you're talking about a broken-up relationship. After a relationship breaks up, she then moves 280-something miles to be closer to him. That's number one. What does she do thereafter? Multiple things. The tire slashing, although that wasn't admissible in court. Then she comes and she peers into his window, sees what's going on. He's in an intimate moment with another woman. She comes back again. So there's a lot of evidence that would be suggestive of that. Now, one other point, Natasha, and that's this. I find this testimony by the expert to be hypocritical. Here's why. When it comes to Jodi and why she's abused, but she didn't file any police reports, the expert says it's common for her not to file any police report. Abusers commonly don't do that. But yet in this clip, she's saying Travis never called the police. He never got a restraining order. It seems like a double standard. And so if she's arguing, the expert, that wait a minute, people don't always get restraining orders. They don't always file police reports, but yet Travis should have. And so therefore, there's a disconnect between what she's arguing as it relates to Jodi and what she's arguing as it relates to Travis.
So what do you think of Juan Martinez then, as he's grilling her on the stand this week? What did you think of his performance? Is Jodi, should she be concerned?
Well, here's the problem that I had with the whole dynamic of this thing. I think that the viewers were concerned as the 13 jurors, and I think the 13 jurors will be concerned. Three things. The first thing is what she's saying seems not to comport with the 18 days of testimony that we saw. We saw Jodi Arias for 18 days talk about the whole instance and what went on. People had a sense of, I don't believe her. Yet you have an expert that's backing her, so it calls her credibility into question. That also calls the ability of whether she's biased or not biased. The third thing that's problematic about what her testimony was, Natasha, and that is there was too much fighting back. I would put you in a timeout, Mr. Martinez. I want to be spoken to in the way that's appropriate to be spoken to. That's not what you do. As an expert, you answer the question.
What does the judge think of that kind of stuff?
Look, a judge can intervene and should intervene by admonishing the witness and saying, listen, you're here to answer the question. If you can't answer yes or no, that's fine. It's perfectly appropriate. Say that, and I will ask him to rephrase it such that you can. And the fact that she's arguing back and forth and she's evasive and she's not giving him much seems to give the impression that she's protective. That's the issue that I have with her testimony.
So what do you think about Juan Martinez, his performance? I mean, what would you have asked in that question with you know, because you're a defense attorney?
Well, you know, listen, he's a combative guy. We know that, Natasha. If I say this is a dime, he'll say, it's a nickel, isn't it? It's a nickel.
You said right? It, I didn't.
So that's his personality, and that's what he does. We know that. He's going to fight you over everything. The issue now, she's like one of the last witnesses, so she knows this. She knows his style, and she can adapt to that style. Whether it's effective, the jury will have to be the judge of that, but I think that he's there fighting for the life of what? Travis Alexander. He wants that life to be recognized, and the fact that it was taken by her to be recognized as well. So he's going to be combative because this is a capital murder case.
Yeah, there's a lot on the line. Joey Jackson, helpful as always, helping us sort all of this out. Appreciate your
pleasure and a privilege.
Thanks.
Thank you.